Hello. I was going to film this with my big girl camera, but it was making me look like I had ginger hair, which would be lovely if I did have lovely ginger hair, but I don't. I have this colour hair, and I don't want to look like something I'm not. Just want to look like me. Although I do really want ginger hair now. I've seen myself looking like that. It was nice. I haven't been here in blooming ages, and the reason why is because I didn't really have anything to show you. I had nothing other than what I had already shown you in my last podcast. So I've been knitting away, and now I have stuff to share. Did you just hear that? I went like that, and I'm drinking a coffee, and I heard noise of it moving around. Margot is just there. And there she is. My flat battery or low battery warning's just been flashed up. So let's see if we can beat the battery. She's snoring. I'm not going to disturb her. She's very old now, and she deserves to be able to snore undisturbed on a cushion on a sofa. She's getting louder though. Oh, I am hot because I've been running about this morning. I'm so glad though, I've done one of those admin jobs that I've been putting off so long, and it was one of those jobs that I'd thought about it for longer. If you added up all the minutes I'd been thinking about it, it didn't take me that long to actually execute it, but it's done. First of all, before I take this off because I'm getting hot, this is the Stockholm vest by Petite Knit, the V-neck version. And there is no point me telling you about the yarn because it is discontinued. And I did not get gauge, so there's no point me telling you what size I knitted. And that was a nice face I just treated you all to, wasn't it? And so all I can say is it's a gorgeous pattern. And I wear this all the time. I'm so pleased with it. And I would recommend it to anybody. Absolutely love it. Now just check it out with this colour. This top, this colour, this top. And bear that in mind for in a minute, because I've just got to take this off because I'm warm. It's chilly out there, but because I've been doing hard admin in here today, counts no less, and I can't add up. I had my little radiator on, and now I've got a bit warm. So take that off. And I'm going to show you what I'm knitting on right now, which is another Stockholm vest, exactly the same as that, same pattern. I've gone down a size. I used you knit the back first, not the entire back, but the bit that goes across your shoulders, and I used that as my gauge. And I think I'm slightly off whack again, but not so bad that it's not wearable. So I'm at a good point to show you because I'm very clever and I planned it that way. Why am I looking in here now? What else am I looking for? Who knows? Here we go. Look. There we are. Gosh, it's grown loads. That was just, oh, I know what I was looking for. I was looking for a ball band. That is just this whole back and front up to where? Yeah, the whole back and front. All of this was literally 2 balls of this stuff. Drops Kid Silk, colourway 33. So colour 33, it's this lovely rust colour that is showing up really accurately. Imagine how gingery that would have been if I continued filming with my big girl camera. Although sometimes what I see in the viewfinder is not what shows up when I'm editing in iMovie, and then that changes again to look even more normal once it's on YouTube. I also just don't like how small the screen is. I much prefer this big iPhone screen. I should just ditch the bloody camera, but something in me keeps trying. It's because I think it's because I want to look professional. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look. Yeah, I was showing you with it the wrong way around. So it's got this lovely V. It's so clever. The central double decrease is a very neat feature. I can't try this on because I won't be able to get in it. If I did get in it, I wouldn't be able to get out of it without losing loads of stitches, and I don't want to do that. I'm just at the point now where I've picked up around the neck. Don't be intimidated by that. It is literally so easy. Just poke your needle in, pull up a stitch for every stitch and every row. Just go where you think is right, and it will be right. And it just turns out really very neat. I do have one little weird thing there, and I don't know how on earth that happened. It's like a little pearl pimple just there, but a blind man would like to see that. And so what I'm going to do is pick it up with one strand of this and pull it to the back, weave in my ends. No one will be any the wiser, will they? I'm loving knitting this. It is ticking all the boxes for me. It feels lovely. It's mindless enough that I can just go around and round and round and round and round. There's enough interest with having to pick up stitches or do some increases that I'm not mindlessly bored. And I love the colour. I think it's going to look great with lots of things. It's going to look nice with this top, isn't it? With all my blue things. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. So there's that. I'm just about to do the Italian sewn cast off. One of my favourite things to do. Somehow I've managed to memorise it, and I've managed to memorise Kitchener stitch. So how can I can't add up simple things like £3.11 plus £2.79. I would struggle to add that up. Is that £6? No, £5.90. You see, can't do it. Can't do it. Used to be able to do it. Lost that muscle. But I can remember, I couldn't say it out loud. This is what you do for Kitchener and for Italian sewn bind off. But when I see the stitches, I know exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And honestly, that's more important to me, to be able to do that, because I carry a calculator around with me all the time, so I don't need maths. I do not let my youngest son hear me say that. He's sitting his maths GCSE in June. Could be May, but I think it's beginning of June. And he is parping himself. He's really worried about it. He struggles so much with maths. So, yeah, he's doing a lot of maths. He's having a lot of support for maths at the moment. Cross your fingers for him. I'm still knitting on my giant sock snake for those times where I just want to concentrate on the TV, or, you know, when your brain just can't manage anything else because you sent yourself nuts. I have that. So that stays in my little knitting basket, which is just this lovely Bulgar bag that I got from the Italian basket company. Is a load of rubbish. Where did I get that from? From the Botanical Candle Company. Italian basket company. I don't know. So I'll show you a few things that I've finished. I'll start with the Sophies. Where's my other pink one? Right, I'm not going to go and get it. I know exactly where it is. It's upstairs. It's on my bed. It's a pale, pale, pale blush pink. It almost looks like this, but this is beige, a pinky beige. So I did it smaller, not quite as big as my big one. And I like the small size best. I love it. I won't go on and on and on about the Sophie scarf. Again, petite knit, because I did that in my last video. If you want to hear my opinion on the Sophie scarf, you can go back and listen to that bit. In a nutshell, I love it. And I didn't think I would. It looks nice just done up once, doesn't it? I have got a picture of me, I think, wearing the pink one. Oh, you don't need to see it. You believe me, don't you? I've also got a small one of these ginger ones. Is this the small one? No, I think this one's the large one. And I don't know where I've put that. It's around here somewhere. I think it's in my handbag. So there's two that are not here with me now. A very pale blush pink, small, and one identical to this, but small. So that's 2. Then we've got the one I've just shown you. That's 3. Then we've got the original one. That's 4. Do you reckon that's enough? No, I've got a 5th one, and many, many plans for many, many more. This one is knitted in the Fernhill, squirrel literally running a lot off with a walnut, Fernhill fibre yarn that I knitted my Back to Life jumper in, and also my little gilet that I did the embroidery on. And all I had left after I'd done all of that and this scarf from a great big cone is this. That's all I've got. There's no point keeping it really, so I'm going to pop that on the compost, feed the soil. I really, 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 really enjoy both knitting and wearing the Sophie scarf. Really do. I didn't think I'd enjoy knitting it because the rows don't take very long. You start off with so few stitches that you're literally flipping, stopping, flipping, readjusting your yarn, starting again, moving your hands, which usually annoys me. I prefer to just start knitting and keep on going, around, 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 around. And if I have to do yarn overs and pearls and all of that, I'm very happy to do that. But I don't like having to flip my work all the time, which is why I like knitting in the round the best. But there's something about this that does not bother me. The action of knitting the row, turning, ticking it off, because it's designed in such a way that you can't really see where you've done your increases or decreases. So it is harder to count your rows. And even if you put in a stitch marker, it takes just as long to tick off on a piece of paper as it does to relocate your stitch marker. So I just enjoy the whole lot. I really do. Now let's just take you back to the beginning of the video. Remember when I said, oh, look at this colour with this thing. I'm going on the hunt, hopefully on Friday, for some yarn that is this colour. Like a tomatoey, orange, dark coral. How would you describe this? I suppose it's difficult really, because what I can see in the screen is accurate, but will that translate through to whatever device you're watching on? I had a couple of people recently say about my volume as well, and now I have on average on my other channel 4,000 to 6,000 views per video, and I've had in the past 6 weeks 2 comments saying that they can't hear me. I think I'm not going to worry about it because obviously most people can hear me. Otherwise I would have a lot of comments. Really hope you can't hear Margot snoring. Hope you can hear me, not Margot snoring. Also, really hope that this colour is showing up the way it should, the way it looks with my eyeballs in here on your screen, whatever you're watching on. I would encourage you not to watch on a big screen because I can't think of much more terrifying. Although, I expect most of you have seen it already. On my Gaynajane channel last week, I did a comparison of a viral electric toothbrush that I'd been given, a manual toothbrush, and a £10 Oral-B toothbrush that runs on rechargeable batteries. The faces I pulled, the extreme close-ups, I showed people the residual plaque stained red with a disclosing tablet on my teeth. It is a wonder I've got any followers left. I have lost a fair few. Cuts the wheat from the chaff, doesn't it? Yeah, all the people that must have watched that on a big screen. What on earth? Ugh. Now, these little neckerchief things, they are pretty much all the rage. So this is here. This is Nobody's Child. This came through the post. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. But on the very front page, can you see? She's wearing a jaunty thing tied around her neck. Can you see? It's the same colour as the blouse, so it's hard to see. Here we go. Look at that. Oh! And the colour. Now, I got these out of my son's drawer the other day. They're bills. He's grown out of them. And I thought, that's the colour of a Sophie scarf for sure. Maybe even a tank top. I would like to knit maybe a round neck Stockholm out of this. I think that would look so nice. I would enjoy knitting that as well, because I'm not as scared of colour as I used to be. I can do it. I'm growing up. And then this came through the door. It's funny, isn't it? I like it when that happens, because it means that I'm sort of accidentally on trend. And then Boden came through the door. Let me show you in Boden. Hang on, Boden might be something else. So Boden's actually something else that I wanted to show you. You remember with the jumper that I knitted in this yarn? I'll put a little video over the top here. Originally, I wanted to embroider flowers on it, but then I was so pleased with how simple it was that I decided not to. But I did embroider the flowers on the waistcoat, the vest, the whatever you call it. Yeah, the waistcoat. And then Boden, they've done it, and they've done a lovely job of it. Look. So yet again, on trend. I think knitters are really influencing fashion at the moment. And then look at this knitwear. I've got a pattern for a couple of tank tops like this. I've got a pattern that would work for this and this. I mean, these are quite like the floozy, aren't they? The floozy cardigan. I just need to get the bloody garden dealt with and packed away. I need to get Christmas bought and wrapped so I can just literally relax into it, and then I can just wallow in my winter knitting. Celtic & Co as well, they have, let me find it, they've embraced the neckerchief thing. Look, and the colour as well is slightly darker than the colour that I'm after, but also this, I've got a petite knit Stockholm round neck vest knitted in a greylet Lopi, so similar to this. I do need to re-knit the neck though, because it's too scoopy and I want it to come up. But yeah, knit yourself a Sophie scarf. I will link it below both ways. There's a Ravelry way of having it, and there's also from Petite Knit website. So looking at Celtic & Co, there's so much in here that is absolutely, has to have been inspired by people like Jennifer Steingass or Marie Wallen. I think my favourite things knitwear has got something like that, or Aogo knits. Oh, I don't know what's called. The Floozy 2 is a jumper, and it's not real colour work, it's slip stitches that gives the effect of colour work. And what I like about that, in addition to it looking like colour work but not being colour work, is there's a slightly different texture, which makes it worthwhile doing, even if you feel that slip stitch mosaic knitting is cheating. I don't think it is. I think it's just a different way to get a lovely effect. Look at that. The easy thing would be to just earn the money and buy the jumpers. But no, I want to spend 3 times the amount There's a pattern just like that, and I can't remember who it's by. It's quite famous, quite well knitted. No, I want to spend 3 times the value of the jumper on yarn and then spend 6 months knitting it. Look at that hat. Honestly, knitters, if ever we were going to be trend-setting, fashion forward, it's now. It's now. Not that we care. We don't care, do we? I mean, it's nice to look nice, but it's even nicer to wear something that you love, that you've made yourself, or see somebody you love wearing something you've made. Can you see that? Look at that with the textured yoke. Slightly Whitmoor sweater vibes, that one. One of the most easy yoked, lace yoke sweaters you'd ever knit. And cowboy boots, lovely. I really need to wear mine in. Oh, really similar. I know this is colour work, and the Anchor sweater by, is that Petite Knit as well? Oh gosh, this is not sponsored by Petite Knit, I promise. The Anchor sweater isn't colour work, but you could adapt it, couldn't you? See, you knit your Whitmoor in some quite fluffy yarn, you've got that vibe going on. Oh, what a season to be alive in, hey? Looks like there's a discount code on Boden, 15% off. I don't know if you'll still get 15% off, but you can try the code MY7P. Celtic & Co, 15% off, use code SEPT15. I expect that has expired. SEPT, capitals 15. And Nobody's Child, 15% off with Autumn 15. Run, don't walk. I don't mean that, I mean go stash diving. Jump into your stash. I went on a gorgeous, really lovely workshop the other day to make a cartonnage, don't know how you say that French word, cartonnage, fabric covered box. It was such a lovely course. It was such a nice thing to do. We're getting a thumbnail here. I can see it coming. I'm going to put this back on. Come see, come see. And I'm going to hold up my box, hide the big dark door like that. Let's have some space here for some words. What are the words going to be? Let's sort the mop out. In need of a haircut, I think. Oh dear. Let's not worry too much, shall we? Right. So, showtime. There we go. Shall I look at it? There we are, there's a thumbnail. Don't know what we'll entitle this video. Yeah, this box is not a box in its complete self that you then cover. It's pieces of cardboard that you cover and assemble in such a way that you end up creating a stunning box. I've been wanting to do cartonnage, I think I'm murdering that, for a really long time. And I had the opportunity way back in the spring to go to Northamptonshire to do a day with a friend and some of her friends, but it got cancelled and I was really disappointed. But it was a long way to go just to do that. So then there's a lady called Nikki who, is she called Nikki or have I just made that up? Who is the Painted Room on Instagram. I will link her. And she occasionally does courses. So oh shoot, have I already talked about this? Phew, it's all right, we're safe. I vlogged about it, but I didn't YouTube Tales from Cuckoo Land it. Gaynajane vlogged it. So we're safe. Which also means I wouldn't have put in any of the footage from the day. So I will put the footage in of the making of this box. Such a nice time, honestly, doing it, and the house where we were was just beautiful. The gardens, it was only an hour away, so that was lovely because my coccyx is sore again and driving is not comfortable. Mind you, it seems to not matter whether I drive for 5 minutes or 3 hours. Sometimes a 5-minute drive can be worse than a 3-hour drive. Sometimes sitting in my donut cushion is worse than just sitting on a sofa. There is no rhyme or reason to it. And it's just as bad as it was before. But whereas before I used to feel like there was hope and that sitting on a donut cushion, etc., was helpful, now I just don't feel like there's any hope or that anything I can do is helpful. And on top of that, my lower lumbar just aches all the time. And do you know what I think it is? I think it's hormones. I think that I've had a drop in estrogen. It's the right time, of course. And I think that my ligaments are all really struggling. So hopefully I'll just ride the wave, come out the other side of this funny phase of life and just be done with it. Right, so did I finish telling you everything about that box? I just want to make so many. I've already bought some cardboard. I've got loads of fabric, obviously, but I also have a lot of boxes that I've been keeping to cover in paper. Do you remember I got these ages ago? Just loads to cover in paper. But then what am I going to put in them? Where am I going to put them? Will I use them as gift boxes? But then I cover things, fall in love with them, get so attached. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. That was a feeble yawn as well. I don't know why I'm yawning because I slept so brilliantly last night. It's been cool here and I had the wintry blanket on the bed. It was so nice. It was so lovely. Just that little extra weight. Slept really well. I nearly forgot, and I forgot last time. Do you remember that I was sent that really lovely knitting kit by Unravelled that was aimed at beginner knitters? For complete novice knitters, it provided absolutely everything you'd need, from the perfect yarn to the perfect needles, the perfect instructions, the perfect pattern, and the perfect video tutorials to help you do everything. Well, when they approached me, and I've said all of this, but just to refresh your memory because it was ages ago, when they approached me and said, we'd love to send you one of these kits for you to talk about on your channel, I initially said, well, no, because I can already knit, so that's stupid. But then I thought, hang on, because I do my other channel and a lot of people over there have found me separate from finding me here where I talk about knitting all the time. They have seen my knitted things that I wear a lot and would often say, I'd love to be able to knit. That looks like such a lovely pattern. I'd love to be able to knit that. And I've always gone back saying, look, you can learn. It's not actually difficult. Just start small. And I've just had something arrive from Vinted in the in-post locker when I'm sure I clicked for it to everything to be delivered here. Teddy, you know, my middle one, who's the farmer, is going through clothes like you would not believe because he's doing an apprenticeship now. He is working. He's 1 day a week at college and the rest of the time he is working hard and he is going through clothes like you wouldn't believe. Torn, ripped, covered in oil. So I'm having to just buy almost disposable clothes on Vinted. Oh, it's a bit depressing, but it's just the nature of the beast. So going back to what I was saying, I encourage people to just start small. Start with a scarf, start with a hat. YouTube is your friend. But then I realise, unless you've got somebody to hold your hand who can go shopping with you, who can say, this yarn, these needles, this pattern, and I'll show you how, it's daunting. So this kit is basically your mate holding your hand. So I decided to accept it so that I could talk about it predominantly over on my other channel. But it's worth me talking about it here, because if you've got any of your friends who see your knitwear and they say, I'd love to be able to knit like that, but for whatever reason you're unable to help them, time constraints or distance, you know, it could be anything. This is a really good option for you to direct them to, or a really good gift. Really good gift, I think, for, say, if you work in an office and you're doing a whip round for a gift and everyone's like, I don't know what to get. Well, I don't know, chocolate, wine and flowers. Maybe they'd like a knitting box instead. So that's why I'm talking about it here. I gave it to my friend Emma, who is an avid crocheter. She has crocheted so many gorgeous bits and pieces. She's crocheted garments that are so lovely, and I don't normally really like crochet garments. That's the whole reason why I learnt to knit, was because I wanted to wear what I was making, and I would never have worn at the time the patterns that I would find for crochet. But I would wear some of these. I keep taking myself off on a tangent. So I gave her the kit and said to her, please report back what you think.
Hello, I finally started my knitting. So I've cast on watching the video, and so far I think it looks like it should. I'll carry on and I'll update you at the next point.
Well, she has knitted such a nice hat. We're going to go pom-pom shopping because it definitely wants a pom-pom. And it's lovely. She did really well. And she said everything was spot on, really great, from the packaging, the choice of yarn, the colour, the instructions. The only thing she struggled with a bit, and this is where I would change it, but not really sure how to do it in such a simple way, is when you get to you've done all the crown decreases, it becomes very difficult to do anything with the needles, with the stitches on circular. It's where you could really do with having an extended cable and doing magic loop or having 4 DPNs. But she managed, and it was fine, and it's worked out absolutely lovely. So hopefully, as I've been chatting, I have been putting up on the screen photos. Christmas is coming. In the Northern Hemisphere, knitting season is coming. And I just think, what greater gift than the gift of a hobby? Or what greater gift to yourself than creating a knitting friend? Anyways, I will link everything down below. There's discount codes, there's all sorts of things. I've got a funny feeling that there might be a kickback with this. I can't really remember. I think at no cost to you, if a box gets ordered, I get a percentage of the sale. I'm not sure if that was that or something else I was going to collaborate on. I actually don't really enjoy doing promotional video-y type things. Like, this is fine because it's knitting. It's knitting, and I enjoy all of that sort of thing. The bit that I don't like is it's an affiliate link. I get a kickback. I don't enjoy that. I find it really awkward saying all of that. And I know that's just the way that business is these days, and it's the way a lot of marketing is, and it's the way a lot of people work. But there's something about it that makes me feel a bit funny. I do need to get over it. I need to get over it or get out of the business. Do you remember me talking about my friend Turnip ever at all? I've got a friend called Jo. I call her Turnip. She loves knitting, but she really only has the brain width after a very busy day at work, and she's got 3 kids and animals and etc, etc. She really only likes knitting scarves, just backwards and forwards scarves. She is in it for the motion and the feeling of the yarn. However, she wanted a hat, so we went to Wool in Bath together a little while back. I think I vlogged it on my other channel, and she saw this pattern, this book, and really wanted this hat. So she bought the needles, she bought the recommended yarn, and she started knitting it. But it's knit one, purl one, all the way around. And she felt that, or what happened was, if she put the knitting down and picked it back up, she couldn't work out what the next stitch was. She could never remember which way, whether it was a purl to come next or whether it was a knit stitch. Now, after knitting for a long time, you can just recognise, you can just see, you can read your knitting, can't you? But she's not at that stage. She hasn't been able to spend the time as a student of knitting, if you will. So she was getting a bit frustrated, and when I went there, it was my goddaughter's 21st. We went and I had my midlife crisis with her. She had hers done in there and I had mine done up here. They're coming on Thursday, actually. We're going to go and get them downsized because I keep catching this now because it keeps sticking out too much. Anyway, I stayed at Turnip's house, and she said, can you help me with my knitting? I've gone wrong somewhere. And I looked at it and I was like, you haven't gone wrong that badly, it's actually fine. She said, I'm just not enjoying knitting it. It's not my kind of knitting. I don't want to have to look at it. I don't want to have to work out what's next. I just want to sit down and pick up my knitting and knit and zone out. So I said, do you want me to finish it? She said, yes, I'd love you to finish it because I really want the hat. So I've knitted it. Here we go. And it is cute. I look like a gnome. It's because I didn't have any hair. If I had hair, maybe if I wore it like that, I don't know. Doesn't matter. This sort of hat doesn't really suit me. Berets suit me very much, but this sort of hat doesn't. Anyway, it suits her really well. I haven't blocked it yet. I haven't woven in any of the ends, but I've knitted her the hat. So I thought I would show you. It's the Alpaca Classic Rowan colour. Struggling to see. Put your goggles on. Shade 116. It's so warm. I can feel it heating up my head. It's so warm. Absolutely lovely. So I shall give her back her book, and I expect what she'll do is she'll take it to her local knitting shop, which is in Lewis, and she'll buy some yarn and she'll check she's got the right needles, and she'll cast on, and then she'll come to me and she'll go, I've gone wrong. I don't like knitting like this. I just want to sit down with my knitting and go backwards and forwards and knit and zone out. And I'll say to her, would you like me to knit it for you? And she'll go, yes, please, because I really want the hat. And that is how it will go, because she's got previous form. And I don't mind. And there's enough here to make a pom-pom, and possibly on Friday when she's here, if she wants to make a pom-pom, I've got a pom-pom maker. See, that would just look so sweet, wouldn't it? Would that not look the most cute ever in the world? So we'll make a pom-pom, and she'll be a happy bunny. Now I need to go and block that before she arrives. Guys, I think we've come to the end of everything that I had to speak about. That's all my crafting. That's all I've been able to do. I've been gardening like mad. It's been firefighting, really. It's been so hot. And where we live, exposed on a hill, and the wind's just rolled up the hill like a hot hairdryer and frazzled everything. But unlike many years where I just go, right, we're in September now. I don't think I'm breathing properly, and that's what's making me yawn. Normally I'll say, right, we're September now, and that's it, garden, bye-bye, and I don't even look at it until March. But I've sown loads of hardy annuals. I need to prick them out. I'm taking cuttings. I'm a little bit late with that, but it's worth a go, isn't it? I'm just keeping going, just trying to keep going. I'm hoping that over time I'll begin to enjoy it a bit more. There were elements about it this year that I loved and elements that I loathed. I think I'm going to lose you with the battery any minute now, so I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for being here, and all that jazz. Take very good care of yourselves. Speak soon. Do share, if you wish, what you're knitting or what colour Sophie scarf is on your wish list. I've just looked at the ribbon on this box and now I'm thinking I need one this colour. Actually, I've got my Felix cardigan that I want to unravel, and re-knit at a different gauge, which is almost that colour, and that would free up quite a lot of wool. So I could definitely do that. I could definitely have a Sophie scarf in that colour. So many plans, so many things I want to knit, so many things that I want to do. It's a really good time to be alive. Please don't let me get run over by a bus. And on that note, take care of yourselves. Happy knitting, sewing, crocheting, crafting. See you next time.